Ladies and gentlemen, America's 40th President, Ronald Reagan. Hi, I'm Ronald Reagan. I am the 40th President of the United States. Do you want to hear about my life? If so, listen closely. I was born on February 6, 1911 in Tampico, Illinois. My brother was disappointed though. He had wanted a little sister. While I was growing up, my family had very little money. Also, when I was younger, my dad had a drinking problem, and he never quite recovered. My mom tried telling us that Dad had a sickness. My family was very poor because my dad drank. He was fired from some of his jobs as shoemakers. But I was still able to go to school. I went to college at Eureka College in Illinois. During my years in college, I played football. I became more interested in acting and politics. After college, I worked as a sports announcer. In 1937, I signed a contract to be a movie actor at Warner Brothers Studio. I was in 54 films for TV, and I was acting in my first film, Love Is on the Air. I was the radio announcer. When I was filming Brother Rat, I met an actress named Jane Wyman. We got married in 1940. A year later, we had a little girl named Maureen. Some years later, we adopted a little boy named Mitchell. I wasn't such a big star, so I became more interested in politics. I got called to World War II. I failed the eye test, but I still had to go to war. I was making training films for the new soldiers. After the war, it was a very tough time for me because my dad had died when I was in the war, so I had to make money to care for my mother. My marriage was also in trouble, and soon me and Jane Wyman divorced. I remarried Nancy Davis in 1966, and in the same year, I was elected California's governor. 19 years later, I was elected as the 40th President of the United States of America. When I was waving to a crowd of people, 4 gunshots rang out. I was hit by John Hinckley. Some other police officers were hit too. We were rushed to the hospital. Luckily, with Nancy at my side, I recovered fast. I was president for 9 years. I worked to make the government smaller and the military stronger. I also worked to make relations with the Soviet Union. Sadly, I died in 2004 at the age of 93. Nancy Reagan died on March 6, 2016. She died at the age of 94 from congestive heart failure. Here are some things you can remember about me. 1. I worked well with others. 2. A lot of people liked me for my positive attitude and humor. 3. I was the 40th president. 4. People today remember me as the great communicator.